How does a man climb from the deepest corners of poverty to sit among the how do you go from being one of the most respected voices in sports to a media personality fighting for redemption in front of millions? How does a man once celebrated for his grit, grind, and charisma end up surrounded by scandal, silence, and shadows? This is the remarkable, complicated journey of Shannon Sharpe, a man who rose from poverty to the pinnacle of both the NFL and sports media, only to watch it all teeter on the edge. Is this a redemption arc waiting to unfold, or has the spotlight finally burned out for good? Before we dive into this gripping tale, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a deep dive into the stories behind the headlines. Now let's pull back the curtain. Humble beginnings. Shannon Sharpe's story didn't begin in a stadium or a studio. It began in Glenville, Georgia, a rural town where opportunity was scarce and every inch of progress had to be earned. Raised by his grandmother alongside his older brother Sterling Sharpe, who would also become an NFL star, Shannon's early life was defined by financial hardship, resilience, and an unrelenting belief in hard work. Food was limited, toys were non-existent, but ambition was abundant. Shannon often described his upbringing as poor, not poor, but po, signaling a level of struggle even deeper than most would understand. He attended Savannah State University, a historically black college with a football program largely ignored by NFL scouts. He wasn't tall enough for a traditional tight end, didn't play at a Division I powerhouse, and his skill set was unconventional. But none of that stopped him. With blistering athleticism, an uncanny football IQ, and a relentless drive, Sharpe dominated the Division II level, racking up record-breaking stats and catching the attention of NFL teams who couldn't ignore his production, even if they doubted his pedigree. Gridiron greatness. When Shannon joined the Denver Broncos, few believed he'd stick. The team initially tried using him as a wide receiver before realizing his unique blend of speed, strength, and agility was better suited for tight end. The result? A career that would redefine the position. Over 14 NFL seasons, Sharpe became one of the most prolific tight ends in league history. He earned 8 Pro Bowl selections, 3 Super Bowl rings, 2 with Denver, and 1 with the Baltimore Ravens, and became the all-time leader among tight ends in receptions, yards, and touchdowns at the time of his retirement. But it wasn't just numbers that set Shannon apart, it was his presence. He was loud, proud, vocal, and sharp-witted. He taunted defenders, jawed with opponents, and led his teams with both passion and intelligence. Whether mocking Ray Buchanan with a borrowed cell phone or giving motivational speeches in the locker room, Sharpe was always a spark plug. A voice like no other. After hanging up his cleats, Sharpe didn't retreat into the background like so many retired athletes. He took his voice, loud, passionate, unapologetically Southern, and brought it to TV. In the early 2000s, he joined CBS in the NFL Today, becoming a panelist alongside respected analysts like James Brown and Boomer Esiason. But here's the thing. Sharpe's raw, unfiltered energy didn't quite fit the polished suit and tie tone of CBS. Behind the scenes, rumors of creative differences and personality clashes swirled. His tenure was marked by tension, and eventually, the network let him go. For a time, Shannon disappeared from the mainstream sports media landscape. Many assumed he wouldn't return, but they underestimated him again. Undisputed dominance. In 2016, Sharpe made a massive comeback as part of Fox Sports 1's new debate show, Undisputed, where he was paired with Skip Bayless, a veteran commentator known for his polarizing takes. It was a risky move. Skip had already built a controversial brand, and the network was betting that Shannon could hold his own in daily debates. What happened next was lightning in a bottle. Shannon didn't just survive the format, he owned it. With viral takes, cultural references, and meme-worthy moments, he brought energy, humor, and perspective that few others could match. He wasn't just a sports analyst, he was a cultural icon. He sipped Hennessy Live on air. He quoted black philosophers and hip-hop artists in the same breath as stats and analytics. His unapologetic support of LeBron James clashed brilliantly with Skip's pro-Michael Jordan agenda, creating must-watch TV. Phrases like "that ain't no problem" and "I got the yak in the cup" became internet sensations. Younger audiences flocked to him, not just for his insight but for his authenticity. Club Shay Shay and the birth of a brand. As Undisputed exploded, Shannon launched a parallel media empire with Club Shay Shay, a long-form podcast that allowed him to go even deeper into culture, sports, and life. Interviewing everyone from Deion Sanders and Steve Harvey to rappers and actors, Sharpe created a space that wasn't just about entertainment, it was about connection. The show was praised for its intimacy, honesty, and depth. Guests opened up to Shannon in ways they rarely did with other hosts. Whether it was personal trauma, mental health, or career journeys, Club Shay Shay wasn't just a podcast. It became a therapeutic space for athletes and entertainers to tell their stories. Sharpe proved he could be more than just a hot take machine. He was building something bigger, a brand that blended culture, credibility, and content. The collapse of Undisputed, but success often breeds tension. By 2022, cracks began to show in the seemingly invincible Undisputed pairing. Sharpe and Bayless clashed more frequently, not just on air, but off-camera as well. The defining moment came after Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest during a game. Bayless, known for his controversial takes, tweeted about the game's implications before Hamlin's condition was known, a move widely criticized as insensitive. Shannon didn't show up on the show the next day. When he returned, their on-air interaction was icy and combative. Shannon attempted to address the issue, but Bayless interrupted him, visibly frustrating Sharpe and exposing real fracture lines in their partnership. A new arena at ESPN. Soon after his exit from Fox, ESPN announced that Sharpe would join First Take with Stephen A. Smith, another titan of sports debate. The move seemed like a media dream, two of the most outspoken, culturally relevant voices sharing the screen. Early episodes sparked viral moments. The chemistry was strong, and Shannon once again found his rhythm. But just as he seemed to be turning the corner, another storm rolled in. The viral audio leak and scandal. In a bizarre and unexpected moment, Club Shay Shay became the source of a viral scandal. During a live recording, Shannon's phone accidentally broadcasted audio of what appeared to be an intimate encounter. The clip spread like wildfire. Memes were instant. Critics mocked him. Fans were divided. Was it just a slip-up, or a lapse in professionalism from someone who had been climbing toward media royalty? That might have been manageable on its own, but what came next wasn't. The lawsuit that changed everything. In early 2024, Gabriela Zuniga filed a $10 million lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe, accusing him of emotional manipulation and abuse during their relationship. The allegations were serious, detailed, and painted a dark portrait of power imbalance and psychological trauma. Public opinion split. Some immediately condemned him, while others demanded due process. ESPN responded quickly. Sharpe was asked to step away from First Take pending internal review. By spring, his name was gone from the lineup. No farewell, no tribute, just silence. It felt like a quiet burial of a once prized media figure. So, is this the fall before a final powerful comeback? Or are we witnessing the slow fade of a once unstoppable force in sports and media? Only time will tell if Shannon Sharpe writes a third act, or if this was the curtain call. If this story made you think, hit that like button. And if you want more deep dives into the most dramatic, powerful, and surprising stories in sports, make sure to subscribe. This is just the beginning.